as you know, if you've been following Freedom Theater, we've had our challenges. And I was brought on by Bob Leslie back in 2006. Actually, I've been working with the theater for 26 years, because I remember I was having my son, and they came and asked me to work with them. I said, fine. And then I left after the first part of the renovation. And in 2006, Walter Dallas and Bob Leslie came to see me and said, can you come do an evaluation of the theater? I did the evaluation, and then they asked me to stay. So I was the consultant for many years, and then I became the executive director, still on contract. And then this year, with all the changes we made in the building and with production, I became executive producing director. So that's how long I've been here. So I have a long history. I even, worked with John Allen.
Gotcha.
So it's not like I just came here.
Okay. So what's the recent controversy here?
Well, the controversy is we changed production. We got a whole new production crew. We changed administration. We got a lot of new people in administration. We did a lot to rebuild the infrastructure. And and the school, which is really the crown jewel, or had been until we really got these amazing productions in the summer, we just felt, the board basically felt that we needed to be more, that we need to look at it so it become more successful. This is a nonprofit institution, and we have to raise money, we have to operate, and you see this building we have to run. So we weren't able to do it with just 11 students, which is how many we had. So we decided we're going to revamp anyway, because we got a grant to start the Middle Years Arts Academy here at Freedom Theater. We're working with the Afro-American Museum. We have an event there tonight around Denmark, BC, and the AME conference. I mean, we're just doing a lot of things with there's a lot of new energy coming.
So why are these people upset?
They're upset because I let go some people that have been here forever. And we appreciate all the legacy people. I'm a legacy person. I've been here a long time. But if we're going to grow and be in the 21st century, we've got to make some adjustments.
How hard was it for you to make those decisions to let people go?
Very difficult. Very difficult.
Was it something?
I had a lot of pressure to let them go when I first came in 2006. I held on for 10 years. 10 years I held on. And, and I felt with all the new people, coming to see our plays, and, funders calling us out of the blue, saying we'd like to fund you. I thought we would have an opportunity to, work together as a team. But it just didn't pan out for whatever reason. And I'm not going to go into our institutional business, but it was very difficult. Very, very. We did not take this lightly. The board talked about it, they voted on it, and if you know anything about Freedom Theater and all we've been through, with people they didn't want to be on the board, and now everybody wants to be on the board. We're up and down, and but we're stable in terms of we're clear about the mission of the theater. It was a theater first.
What's the next step for New Freedom Theater?
Next step, we are just mulling over our different offers. We definitely are revamping the school. We got a nice grant to create the Middle Years Art School. We have a lot of requests to do things for seniors. So, we're doing the SOS program, which is a program with seniors, and we have a New York producer that has programming for seniors that wants to partner with us. We're doing preschool, because everybody's talking about preschool, so I've been working with preschool consultants about how we can keep this building open, functioning, full of people. And then we've revamped our facilities program, where we rent to the community. We've tightened up that administration. I made that change. That was difficult. because we had a person that was there for a long, long time. But now I have rental requests through the end of next December.
Wow.
So we're, like, people are saying, we want to be at Freedom Theater, but in order to do that, you have to have the proper infrastructure. You have to, be clear about your mission. And a lot of times, when you make hard decisions, and if you run an institution, you're gonna make some hard decisions.
Definitely.
No one's gonna like everything you do, And as I said, we didn't do this lightly. We consulted with attorneys, we consulted with HR companies about what do you do. We even decided that we were going to name programs after some of the people that we had to let go. Like, we were going to name the Dance Center after Patricia Scott Hobbs, and we still are. We were going to name the Young People's Program after Diane and Gail. So we understand about legacy employees, especially in African American institutions. But of the 57 theaters that started when we did, there's only 5 of us left. 5 in the country that started when we started. So we have to really, and they contributed greatly to keeping the school, moving, but we've got to have a certain number of students in order to function, just like we have to really push to get a certain number of ticket buyers. But of course, a nonprofit has a third leg, which is donated income. And for a long time, nobody would donate to Freedom Theater. That was another one of my challenges.
What do you attribute the turnaround to? And that's my last question, because I know Bobby may have some questions.
We just decided, first of all, there's such things as best practices in the nonprofit world. And a lot of times, Freedom's been accused of not following them. And it's ironic that now that we're following them, we're under fire for following them. But I think it began when we said, you know what, it was great to have all this excess property, but we really didn't use it. So let's use it, let's retire all of our debt, let's retire our income taxes, all the stuff that was left on the table when I got here. And then, so we have been consolidating our operations. We partnered with Community Design Collaborative, and I can show you the report. They said this is the optimal way to use this building. And so now we got an appraisal to say this is how much the rest of the building is worth, this is how much this building is worth, and you can focus on your mission and your programming if you share this building with other people. And that's what we've done. That's what we've done. So the turnaround began really when, the board and I said, you know what, let's look at who we are, let's look at what we do, let's look at who's impacted by what we do. And then we're able to move forward.